But I'm in the next room, over.
Move forward.
More lava. There's more lava, over.
I've flipped a switch.
I have located a switch to flip, but I want to look around first. Okay, there's... What the fuck is that?
The game just laughed at me.
Okay, the game just laughed at me too, over.
I'm dying. Okay.
Something is... Wait, can I turn this back? Something is turning, over.
Yes, turn it back, turn it... Okay, keep it there. Alright. So, I don't know what to do, but you control whether the wall crushes me or not.
Okay, well, all I can do is hold it still. I don't seem to be able to turn it back, over.
Okay, well keep it where it is. I have 4 flags. I believe that's the key to the next puzzle.
Just keep on talking, give me the description. I can't see anything or move anything. I'm in the center of a room holding, what is, like a ship's rudder, not rudder, but whatever thing. Over.
Alright, then do you see anything else in, like, the room around you? Is there anywhere else you can go?
Yeah, there's a bunch of places I can go. There is a switch that I passed by. There are weapons I can pick up that seems to have symbols engraved on them in small. Over.
Okay, I believe that those weapons are the key. What else can you do with said weapons?
It seems that I can... Well, I grabbed one and looked around with it, and looked at it, and then there was another one I grabbed and I think moved around with, but then you said you were dying and I kind of ran and it disappeared, so I don't know where it is. Over.
So here's what I'm saying, essentially, and we'll try to figure it out. It seems like you currently have the ability to pull back the wall whenever it gets dicey. So you're going to have to maneuver back and forth between turning the rotor to prevent me from dying and finding these items and placing them where they got to go. So what I'm seeing are 4 knights in armor. The 4 knights have different sets of weapons as well as different flags that represent them. So I'm assuming you're probably going to have to place the right weapons and shields with the right suit of armor, perhaps. But anyway, I'm going to let you talk now and see if any of that's relevant to you. Over.
Okay, so I have, in the back of the room, what I see from now, I'm still holding the thing, so I can't really see that well, but I do see suits of armor, at least one, and there does seem to be a shield above them, or like a place where the blazon would be, with different images. Again, I can't see them clearly from here, but I think you're probably on the right path. Over.
Okay, so what I want you to do is stop holding the thing still and go investigate that further, and then once you're done investigating it, turn the wheel back.
Alright, I'm running over. Let me know when I have to come back. Over. Eagle, deer.
It's currently reaching the halfway point about now, so this is probably on about a 30-second timer. Good.
Okay, I'm gonna start turning it back. I saw 4 blazons. They indeed all have their hands open. One of them is an eagle. One of them is a deer that's been shot. One of them is what looks like to be a raccoon with a sword, and the other is a similar raccoon but holding a book and looking to the left instead. Over.
Okay, yeah, those are all right. So, I'm guessing we have to equip the right weapons to the right symbols.
Makes sense. So, do you know which weapons that would be? Over.
Sure. So, what I can tell you is the Let's start with the shot deer.
Okay.
In the shot deer's right hand is a long sword, and in his left hand is what looks like a short sword. It looks like, let me double check something. Not all weapons are unique, I don't think. Let me check one thing before you go. Okay, so it looks like there are some differences in even the weapons that are similar, so all the weapons are unique. So the guy that's dual wielding, in his right hand he has a longsword that only has one like real ridge, which is sort of toward the bottom of the blade. The blade itself is extremely long, and it's sharp, like it's basically a flat blade, you know, that sharpens to a point, a very normal sword, starting from about the 40% mark all the way up to the top. It's extremely tall. And his left hand is a much shorter sword that has sort of like a, what would be, assuming that the tops and bottoms weren't part of the blade, what would be a hexagon toward the base and a square about halfway up, and then it straightens out the rest of the way up. Oh.
Okay, I'm off to try and locate some of these weapons. Over.
Heard. Over. I'll let you know when the room gets to the halfway mark. The room is at the halfway mark. Begin pulling it back if you can, or I will die.
Yeah, sorry, I was placing the thing. I think I found the longsword, at least, okay, so, I don't know if there's any markings on the longsword for you, but when I looked at it closely, there was, like, some engravings. They looked kind of like, a bunch of small squares put together, like 8 small squares put together or something. Over.
At the very bottom, yeah, I'm seeing that. It's technically like 7, because it's like, you know, 2 squares that share the bottom and top tip.
Okay, so you see that engraved into the sword at the bottom, right? Over.
That is correct. Let me check the other longsword to see if it has that same engraving. It definitely does not. The sword that you have seems to be the one for the deer in that suit of armor's right hand. Over.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for the short sword. You said the short sword has a hexagon or a triangle at the bottom and then a square halfway through?
Yeah, like if you imagine where the hilt of the blade is, it comes up, you know, there's the hilt, then there's a little bit of what would still be, well, there's like the hilt guard. Then above the guard, there's still a little bit of what kind of looks like hilt still. Then once the blade starts, it kind of shapes like, you know, it like bumps out a triangle on the left and the right side a little bit. Then it goes back up, and then it forms more of like an octagon shape. So basically, like, is a hexagon, then an octagon, but just obviously remember that the top and the bottom of the hexagon and the octagon just continue through because it's a blade.
Okay, I'm going to go look for that. Over.
Over. I'll let you know when it gets halfway. Over.
Alright. No. I don't want this. The other side?
Alright, the room is at the halfway point. Start pulling it back if you can.
Oh god. Drop the sword, drop the sword, drop the sword!
Oh my god, that was right on me, dude.
Okay, so I wasn't able to get that sword. I can't locate it, but I did get another sword. Do you want to look for where it fits? Because it's in my hand right now, so might as well. Over.
Okay, tell me about this sword. For me, you're going to describe the sword.
Okay, so it's a short sword. I can just see above the guard. So there's the guard. Then it's like on the right side it looks like a regular sword, but on the left side it basically bumps out, and then it has two indents, two like large indents, as if it had like hit another sword but gotten cut in the process. If you see what I mean. Over.
Maybe. I'm still listening. I think I see what you're seeing probably, but keep describing it as it gets further up.
Okay, so yeah, basically it'll like start as a kind of a regular sword from the hilt, then it'll bump out suddenly to become larger, and then it will continue upwards as if to form like a regular, slightly larger short sword. The difference being on my left, so if you were to see it from the other side, it would be the right, a large gash on the left, like within the sword, going all the way to the middle, and then goes up again like regular sword, and then there's a smaller kind of cut, again as if it had like chipped against another sword and the other sword cut it in a bit, and then it goes back out and completes sword normally at the top. Over.
Alright, well let me show you what the other sword is that I'm seeing and see if this description makes sense to you, because that's not exactly making sense to me, so I'm not sure if that's one that we need. But I see this other sword as sort of like a, it almost looks like it's a blade that might have been made of a fang, because if so, this sword would have had to have been extremely huge, but like, it's sort of starting from the bottom right, the point actually goes like down all the way to the hilt guard, but like, you wouldn't hold it there, and then it like swoops up into like a letter C on the right side, going all the way halfway up the sword. The left side of the sword has like a reverse letter C that goes like from the 25 to the 75% mark, and then it just sort of evens out at the top.
Wait, are these engraving on the sword, or is the sword actually like a double crescent moon sword? Over.
Yeah, the sword's almost like a double crescent moon, but not like super extreme. I'm not seeing a lot of engravings is the problem.
Okay, I was just curious because I don't recall seeing one of those, but then again, there's a lot of weapons here. Are there any axes or maces by any chance? Just because there's a couple of those around that I've seen. Over.
Yeah, I see one axe. The axe is it's an axe. It's got sort of like a flare out at the top, and then toward like the middle of the actual blade part is like a gap. So it's like the right side is solid, but the left side is like a big gap and then a little. It's sort of hard to describe, but yeah, there is one axe. I see maces.
You see no maces? Over.
No maces. Over. Room's at the halfway mark. Just 3/4 mark. You gotta pull it back.
I'm running. What?
I think it gets faster each time we have to reset it.
Oh, fuck. Damn, that's gonna be rough. Okay.
Yeah. This is a lot to try to find.
I know, there's... Oh, fuck.
I have returned. Over.
Just in time. I just returned as well. Over.
Okay, I'm gonna see... Nah, they were too smart for this. I can't, like, peek into the room before I cross the line and actually get any information. Oh. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Start by...
Okay, wait. There's a switch that I didn't click last time that I'm gonna click this time and see what it does. Over.
Okay, heard.
Did anything happen for you? Over.
I heard a boom, 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 like you did something successful, but I'm looking around and I don't see anything apparent that might have happened. Let me flip. Oh, I didn't flip my switch though. Let me flip. Yeah, I'm not seeing any changes over.
Odd. Okay, wait. If you don't move, but I go to the center of the room, is anything changing for you? Over.
No, nothing's changing for me. Can you weapons or anything?
Yes, I can go to the weapons. I can grab them. Give me a second. Okay, so when you drop shit, it just falls on the floor. That doesn't help. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a bit of a look at the weapons. So there's, according to your description of last time, let's assume the weapons are different, but I'm seeing a longsword that has like, 7, little squares, and then it's like 3 teeth down, and then it's like a triangle at the top. Over.
Okay, 3 teeth down and like a triangle at the top. Over.
Yeah, and then I think this is the one that you mentioned last time, which was, it just looks like it has 2 protrusions, kind of, like as if there's like triangles going to the left twice and then to the left right, in a symmetrical fashion. Over.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, this would be the one I think you were describing that had, at the top it's like kind of curved circle, and then there's the two triangles going afterwards, and before that it's like thinner and the triangles going outwards, and there's the 4 squares. I don't know, could be anything, honestly.
God, this is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Okay, so on that side, there's those 3 swords that I just described, as well as a club, and 2 like kind of scimitar-style swords with like you know, just a edge mostly on one side that's split into 2 pieces, and then the other one is just kind of like a regular bland scimitar. And other than that, a kind of classic World of Warcraft battle axe with 2, like a double-sided battle axe, and a single-sided kind of executioner's axe on the other thing, as well as 2 shields. Over.
Heard. Alright, well, I will rush in. Be ready at the wheel.
Alright, I'm going to the wheel. Over.
Alright, I'm heading into the room to look and see what weapons I can see. Over. Okay, I definitely looks like I'm seeing the double-sided battle axe. It's a little more like, it's not super generic, it's kind of got like teeth at the, like horns at the top almost, and like teeth at the bottom. Does that sound familiar?
There was also an axe on the other side, because there's 2 armories. I have 2 armory rooms, essentially. So, yeah, it might be the one on the other side. Over.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I see that long sword with the 2 teeth, so we're definitely using that one. I see that weird sort of dramatic but double-sided battle axe. Oh, whoa. Okay. Wow, this longsword's really weird. I've got a longsword. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Alright, I've got what is the symbol for this knight is going to be a crane. Okay, like, you know, it's got 1 leg up. It's a bird. It's a bird with a long beak. Okay.
Yep, got it. Over.
Okay. The only thing that guy is holding is a shield. This shield, to describe it to you, is going to have, it's basically like 4 big protrusions, and in the center of a shield there's a spike, and then there's spikes on each of the protrusions, and yeah, it's a pretty good sized shield, basically the size of a torso.
Okay, and it's not a circle, right? It looks like kind of like an emblazon. Like it looks like the emblazons that the pictures are on. Over.
Kind of, but more circular. It is circular, but it is indented similar to those, if that makes sense.
Okay, but is it actually a circle? Because I have circular shields and like kind of half oval shields. The circle shields are just perfect circles, and then the other ones are, you know, kind of the classic World of Warcraft style, again, shield, which is like flat at the top and then goes together at the bottom to form kind of like a rounded triangle. Over.
Okay, now this is circular, so just imagine a circle with some chunks taken out at the 4 cardinal directions.
Okay, I believe I know which shield that is. Over.
Alright, and then each of those cardinal directions will have spikes on them, and then there's a big spike in the center where there's this big indention that has like 6 lines. Almost looks like a spider web in the middle, kind of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've located where that is. Okay, so that's for the crane, and that's all he's holding? Left hand or right hand? Over.
He's holding it in his left hand. So it's left hand with the stork. Over.
Okay, do you want me to do that now, or do you want to keep on looking at things? Over.
Just, just to keep in mind, these are the other things I want you to look at. I've got a long sword here that you said kind of has like 2 triangle indentions on both sides. And then at the bottom it has that sort of 7 squares that form 2 diamonds kind of thing.
Okay, what's the symbol for that one? Over.
That is in the right hand of what looks like maybe a dancing rat king. That's the best way I could describe it.
Okay, anything in his left hand? Over.
Left hand is empty. Each of these only needs one thing this time, which is kind of nice. Now, that exotic battle axe that I told you about, that has like the horns and then like the teeth at the bottom of the dual-sided axe, that's in the left hand of the one which is like a marmot holding a book, or a raccoon holding a book, like you said. And then we have the shot deer again, and this one's left hand is a longsword that looks fucking weird. It's got like a spear type tip at the top, and then it's got just teeth toward the top, then it's normal for a while, and then sets of what I can only describe as 3 more teeth on each side, or maybe like bird heads with like beaks pointing down, or claws you could even call them.
Right, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Over.
And that's it. So those are the 4 objects we need to find.
Okay, I'm going to start with the shield and the bird stork or thing in his left hand. Okay, I'm going to come back. Over.
That is correct. Over. Go ahead.
Why am I not? Okay. Shield. Grab it. Stork. His left hand.
We are now at the halfway mark. You got it correct. The eyes of that knight are now glowing.
Okay, the next is the sword with the whole bunch of teeth. Three weird teeth in the center, like huge teeth going downwards, and then teeth up. Kind of like, it looks like a sword that you'd stab someone, and then when you pull it out, you do more damage than when you stab them, right? Over?
Yeah, definitely. It's got like hooks on it, and that's in the left hand of the shot deer.
Okay, left hand of shot deer, going now. Where was it? Yes, this is it. Left hand of shot deer. Shot deer.
The eyes are glowing. You got that one correct.
Okay, give me a reminder on the other ones. There's an axe. What was it like again?
So it's a double-sided axe, but it's fairly exotic. So almost imagine like a Batman symbol, but at the top of the wings of the Batman symbol, you've got what look like horns, like one horn on each side, and then at the bottom, because the wings like dip more because, bats, you have what look like teeth or claws would be a good descriptor. And that is in the one with the raccoon type thing holding a book. The other thing you will be looking for is a longsword that has the 2 triangles at the bottom half, or it looks like little itty bitty indentions kind of popping out on both sides, and that doesn't pass probably the 30 percent mark of this really tall longsword. That's in the right hand of the dancing rat king. The battle axe is in the left hand of the marmot holding the book. Over.
Okay, so I'm gonna look for this axe. I think I found it. Marmot holding the book. This is a two-sided battle axe, yes?
That's correct.
Alright, let's hope.
Alright, start pulling it back. Got it. Perfect. Alright, let me see. I can't...
I wasn't able to get there in time. I was just checking everywhere. I'm going to go now as soon as I'm back. Marmot holding the book, left hand. Okay, going now, over.
Go for it.
Marmot holding the book, left hand.
Eyes look to be glowing. I think you've got it.
Okay, pulling back once again. And then the last one is right hand, right of the sword with the two triangles and the double diamond squares. Over.
That's correct. That's the one. Over.
Okay, not this one. Yes. I'm not taking any chances. I'm not taking any chances. I'm coming back to pull it back in between. Over.
Heard.
Okay, right hand. Wait. Yes.
Excellent. We got...
Did the wall stop? Over.
Yep, the wall stopped. Everything's good.
Okay. Whew. Whoa. So much.
Like a cathedral, like a chapel room. I've got stained